Yeah, it's Johnny Grube from wildmantraining.com. Today I was thinking, and I don't really think much about training as much as I used to, even though I do it every day. In the time when I was lifting for 1 rep maxes, and my blue collar work since I've been 12 years old. Like I said, I'm 52 years old now. I've done it my whole life. The argument is, and of course, especially now with social media, you get so many fucking sorry ass, weak fucking powerlifting type guys that get offended when you talk about them lifting 1 rep where it's not very useful in real life. And all the years I worked blue collar, the 1 rep max never helped me out in anything I've ever done. I have shouldered 300-pound rolls of flooring. I have taken concrete parking blocks, thrown them on my shoulder. I mean, I've done a lot of different things to show my strength on the dock. As far, I put 220-pound piece of rolled steel over my head at one point against another guy. I mean, we would always have feats of strength on the dock, back in the day. And that was about the only place that 1 rep was actually useful. Actually, the job itself was never a 1 rep max job. But in blue collar work, isometrics are something that happen all the time. And it happens all the time with different angles, whether you're carrying something, holding something for longer periods of time. But what happens is that the guys out there with the 1 rep max, these guys will tell you, well, you got to be conditioned too, and you got to work conditioning and strength. Okay. How does a man do that? It's rare. Let's put it this way. A guy that'll tell you he's got powerlifting strength and he's conditioned like an athlete, well, a couple of things happen here. He doesn't have a wife and kids. He doesn't have a whole lot going on in his life, or it's his job. If it's your job, you're a strong man, okay, I get it. If you're an athlete, football player, lineman, I get it. But if you are a regular person with a job and responsibilities outside of yours, it's real difficult to spend 2, 3, 4 hours, whatever, to do these different types of exercises. At one point, I went for nothing but size and strength, and it did not work well for me in the long run. It was too much weight on my body. My joints were beat up. I mean, if you want to be a fat guy making videos, squeezing apples to show your strength, I just what I say to the fat boys who do this, who look smooth, who are young, who live at home with their mom, hasn't had sex yet. Try eating the apple, fat boy. If you eat the apple, you won't look so disgusting, and you'll be able to get a mate, and you won't have to spend all your time training. What I found out, if you think about it, and you look at men who have families, they pick one thing they specialize in. A lot of guys ride bikes. A lot of guys run marathons. A lot of guys who lift weights. A lot of guys condition. A lot of guys take martial arts. They specialize in one thing because it's tough in the real world to train all day long. Also, guys today, it's all about steroids. It's all about hormone replacement, testosterone hormone replacement therapy. It's a weakness. They've been taught and been told through social media that this is the way it's okay. It's okay because it's not your fault that you have low testosterone. It's not your fault. And I can tell you this, all the big fat guys out there who want to tell me how strong they are, the fatter you are, the lower your testosterone. Okay? It's the way it is. After all the years of blue-collar work and training, my body has become very durable. I still have to deal with a lot of injuries I've had over the years from lifting heavy weights and still some of the things I've done. You want to lift heavy weights? Hey, have at it. I personally, in the real life, outside of the gym, 1 rep max is absolutely useless. in the real world. You're more likely to need to be conditioned and have strength that lasts longer in any environment than 1 rep max. Because I do know that most people that train 1 rep max, after about 3 seconds, are pretty fucking tired. I mean, I've seen guys on the internet, on YouTube, bending steel, and I'm not talking bolts and things like that. I'm just talking, trying to show their wares, and in about 3 seconds they're breathing heavy. I'll tell you what, breathing heavy in 3 seconds doesn't seem like you're conditioned to me. And I can tell you right now, that metal or that steel you're bending will not fight back. Because once you get tired, you can put that steel down. But you get out there in the real world and you get tired, you could lose your life. Later.